In the 19th century, Wilfredo Pareto made a huge discovery. He was looking at England's patterns of wealth and income, and he found that 80% of the income and wealth always went to a minority of 20% in his samples. He was the first to discover the 80-20 principle. Since then, the principle was applied in every field of work throughout history. It's all about the notion of productive laziness. Do 20% of the work and gain 80% of the value. Today I'm gonna show you how to apply this principle to study faster or learn another language in less time and exert the least amount of effort in your learning process. If you want to know how to apply this principle in business, just skip this first part of the video. The 80-20 principle applied to studying. I read this book about a week ago and I found out that I've applied the 20-80 principle to get my bachelor degree without even knowing about the principle in the first place. Studying for me was the most boring thing ever. The only thing that I wanted to do was to play guitar, listen to music and start a band. But I lived in a small city and I had to get a bachelor degree in order for my parents to let me leave home and move to a bigger city where I can start a band and continue my studies. I had to come up with something that will motivate me to study, something that will make studying enjoyable. I remember one day while summarizing my history courses, I came up with an idea. I called it Mixed Audio Summaries. Here's how it goes. First, I summarize a course on paper. Then I record it with a microphone or with my cell phone. After that, I add on some background music. I mix the course with one of my favorite songs, but I keep the music on low volume. For a whole year I didn't study much. I just recorded my audio summaries every day for 30 minutes or so. And 1 week before the exams, instead of reading and rereading my courses over and over to revise like my classmates did, I would put on my headphones and listen to my audio summaries on 1.5 speed while following along with the actual paper summary. I remember the final semester I had to revise like 100 courses and memorize about 100 definitions to get my bachelor degree. My classmates were complaining about how much they had to revise. Some of them already gave up. Hopefully, I had my audio summaries ready to rock. Believe it or not, I was able to revise about 100 courses or more in less than 1 week. The only secret was to speed up those audio summaries while listening. I have to mention that being present in class and understanding the lesson or the lecture is the most important part. There is no point in recording a lecture that you don't even understand. Also, don't worry about the summaries. If you're too lazy to summarize your lessons, just record them directly. It works perfect too. Follow this simple tweak and you'll be able to revise 80% of your courses in 20% of the time. Another little tip I use: try to joke around while recording. And this is the 80-20 principle applied to studying. Now I gotta be honest here, I didn't try the 80-20 principle to learn another language, but learning is learning, so why not apply the same tactics to it? Let's say that you want to learn Spanish. Record 5 or 10 new words on your phone, and don't forget their explanation too in English. Make sure to put some music in your recording as I showed you before. Now replay that audio file wherever you go for a week or so, and when you feel like you've become familiar with those words, switch up to more complicated ones after a week. Also, make sure to speed up the player while listening to your recordings. I think this is the best way to memorize anything faster than ever. Let's say that you're an author and you have 2 products for sale. The first one is a self-development book, and the second book is a novel. Now, looking at your sales statistics, you figured out that the first book is selling more than the novel. Now here's the big trap that everybody falls into. You're going to suggest cutting down the novel sales and concentrate on selling the self-development book. But as soon as you do that, you're going to lose the minority of customers who are only interested in buying your novel, and therefore lose a lot of money. So instead, apply the 20-80 principle the right way. You still have to put the low value products for sale, but reduce its reproduction. Produce less copies of the second book to free up time and save money. This way you'll get to spend less on the reproduction process of your books, and earn more money without losing a single customer. You can even go deeper than that using this principle. You can stop paying for electricity bills and start using candles instead. See? Spend 20% of your money on candles to gain the same amount of light you get from paying electricity bills. Actually, this last example is supposed to be a joke, but you can try it out if you want.